Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy you're here. You are likely here because you just got my How to Start Your Fitness Journey. So today I am going to break that down for you. My name is Kelsey Gonzalez. I help moms to tone their body and to feel amazing. And basically, what that means is that I'm going to help burn fat, help you build strength, and help you get that energy up, stop feeling bloated, get better sleep, balance out those hormones, all the things you need to do in order to feel your best. And so today, what I'm going to do is help you get that starting piece, because what I have found and what I learned a long time ago in my own fitness journey is that the way that you start out your fitness journey and the way that process goes will dictate whether you get back on that yo-yo cycle or whether you keep your results at all. So your starting point is super crucial. And if you're brand new to me, if you're brand new to Fit Mom, I'm the owner of the Fit Mom program. I am also the host of the Fit Mom Facebook group. It's a free group to join. So if this is the type of stuff that you'd like to learn more about, things like how to get started, how to stay consistent, what types of foods to be eating, what types of workouts to be doing, all of the things for exercise, nutrition, and even some mindset, definitely I invite you to join the group. If you aren't sure where to go or how to do that, you can message me on Facebook or send me an email. I am Kelsey Gonzalez on Facebook. So I'd be happy to send you an invite, welcome you into that, and do more trainings just like this to get you further along in your fitness journey. So one of the things that I kind of wanted to set this up is how I determined what the best way is to start your fitness journey, because everybody has a different opinion about this. And I really didn't know in the beginning. So if you've never heard my story before, I'll just briefly tell you. I'm a mom of two kids. After I had my second kid, I had about 50 pounds to lose. And when I started that journey, I started with several diets. I tried paleo, I tried intermittent fasting, I tried whole food plant-based dieting. I did highly restrictive calorie dieting. I also did extensive exercise, like 2-a-day exercise. There was a myriad of different things and approaches that I tried. And one of the things that I realized, or a lot of things that I realized, is that it didn't work for a bunch of reasons. For one, those are one size fit all programs. It didn't take into account my lifestyle, my schedule, my specific body type. It didn't take into account my what nutrients my body truly needed to work off of. I didn't like that all of them, no matter what they were, they all felt restrictive, and none of them had any sort of community or accountability to go along with them. So in days that I got off track, and trust me, like if you're in this for the long haul, there will be days that you get off track. And I mean, in my program, I even encourage what I call purposeful indulgence. And so I tell you to get off track, but that's for a different time. But I didn't know even how to navigate that. What was okay to have, and what was not okay to have. How do I have a good balance? How do I enjoy my life? Because really, for all of them, they felt so restrictive that I was pretty miserable with all of them. I didn't like that it didn't feel like a clear plan. It just felt like they were designed to help me drop pounds, but not necessarily like get toned or get healthy. Like when you think of tone, you want to burn the fat. You don't want to lose all your muscle. You don't want to just lose water weight. You're looking to burn fat and build strength and feel like the strong mom that you are. And so that's what I was looking for, and none of those diets gave me that. And as I contemplated, okay, like what are they missing? What is it that is going to get me to where I want to be? Because I even wrote down a list of the things that it felt like they were missing. They were missing energy, for one. They were so restricted that I was not energized throughout the day. I wasn't sleeping well, and so that affects every other part of your day. And let's see, fast progress. That's another one. So one of the things that you'll find out, and that you may have already noticed, is that when you don't progress quickly, you quickly lose motivation. So having progress fast, like quickly seeing results, is what keeps us motivated to keep going. It's what really starts our engine to say like, okay, I'm in this, let's go, let's keep going. So I wanted fast progress, I wanted energy, I wanted a clear plan, I wanted accountability. I needed results not just quickly, but also lasting results, because that, like I said, I tried all these different diets, and that meant I was on the yo-yo cycle the whole time. They didn't work for me. I gained weight back. And so I needed something that was going to keep me off of the yo-yo, something that was going to allow me to sustain the results that I was working for. And then lastly, just flexibility. I mentioned it earlier in my program. I have purposeful indulgence, and I I know this is real life. We are not going to be 100% all in all the time. Like, we are going to want to celebrate. And so how do we do that without losing our results? How do we do that with while actually continuing to progress? And so the Fit Mom method as a whole, which is what I call my Fit Mom program, it was built off of all of those things. Taking my experience, losing 50 pounds, keeping those 50 pounds off the last 3 years, and putting it all in a system that worked, that the other diets where they were failing, I could come in and say, this is what was missing. This is what's going to make it work quickly, last long term, be flexible, get you energized, all of those things. And so as I took more and more moms through it, I started refining more and more and more, and saw exactly how to get not just myself lose those first like 10 to 15 pounds, but other people as well. And each step of the process, it just kept getting better and better. So the Fit Mom method is really, and what I'm about to take you through, the how to get started, is really like, it's probably more like 10 years in the making, but the last 3 years spent honing in at a more minute level. So I'm going to pull up the PDF that you should have gotten from me. It should look like this. So you can kind of follow along, but I wanted to make this video so that I could go through it with you, and you could see kind of where I'm coming from, and why I have it set up the way I do. So what this is pretty much taking you through what the first like 3 weeks of what the Fit Mom program does, because this is how I would tell every single one of my clients to start. This is how we're going to get our body starting to respond quickly. It's how we're going to start feeling a little more balanced. This is where I usually get messages after the first like 3 weeks of my mom saying, oh my goodness, I feel so much better. The most surprising thing about the process is just starting to feel like themselves again. So I have here, this is truly how I started my fitness journey. So the first 3 things that I have on this page is I'm telling you why it's important to start right. And then I tell you what to do. So it's important to start right because you can gain control. And so I'm going to go into that. It's important to start right because we're establishing healthy habits. And then the third thing is it's important to start right because we can get results quickly. So that's why these things matter, and they matter for your long-term results. So on this page right here, I'm mainly talking about sugar. And so the biggest thing that I have noticed, and I notice this in myself too, is that sugar is so addictive that it keeps us from keeping results like for pretty much years and years and years, until you just take a break from it. Like, I have my clients taking a break for 3 weeks, and I say, hey, for the next 3 weeks, we're going to take a break from added sugar and processed food. I'll just say right now, fruit does not count in that. It's not like the Whole30 style where you can't eat certain like whole foods like beans and fruit and other things like that. All whole foods are fair game. Eat as much fruit as you want, but this is one of the biggest things. People don't realize that sugar is in bread and pastas and your frozen foods. It's in peanut butter. It's in pasta sauces. It's in everything. And so if you can just start looking at labels, you start learning what foods are really nutrient dense, that's when you can get to the point where when you go out to eat, or when you go to vacations or to friends' houses, you'll know exactly what to eat, because you will have done the work the first 3 weeks to know exactly nutrient dense and what's actually going to work for your body. So this first part is about taking the break from sugar. And it's important because we'll gain control of our cravings, we'll stop eating out of boredom. And so that's what happens is we're just breaking old habits and we're gaining control of those habits. So cravings is one of the biggest thing, late night snacking, or just overindulging, getting to the purposeful indulgence thing that I mentioned earlier. When we purposefully indulge in like a dessert or something, we might eat some cookies, but we're not eating the whole sleeve of Oreos. Okay, it's like learning how to have control and balance. And that comes from breaking the addiction that most Americans have with sugar. And it's, I mean, you can, with a quick Google search, you can probably find the percentages, but it's like, it's a huge percentage is of sugar is actually more addictive than like cocaine. So like I don't think any of us should feel bad. This is like a highly addictive substance. Okay, so this page is something that I kind of just wanted to take a coaching moment, because most of us know deep down that there's really no quick fix. Even though I believe you can get quick results, it's not going to be by cutting corners. It's going to be by putting in the work. It is hard to cut out sugar for 3 weeks. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's simple. It's a plan. I show you exactly what to do. But the point here is you have to be reasonable with yourself. You have to know that this is cutting out something like sugar for a few weeks or processed food or anything like that. We know deep down that stuff like that we need to be doing that. We need to be doing that for our health, for our fat loss and our strength, and just to feel our best. But instead, so often what I found myself doing and what I find so many other moms doing is going back to the Google search bar and just looking up like how to lose weight fast, best fat burning workouts, like things that we know are just going to end up being a shortcut and we'll end up yo-yo dieting again. Okay, so the next page is establishing healthy habits. So this is another reason that we need to start right. It's because the habits that you're establishing now are going to be the habits you have long term. So nutrition, exercise, and mindset are the three main things that the Fit Mom program focuses on. It's the three things that I had to grow in as a person as I lost those 50 pounds. And I dabbled with all types of exercise over the last like 10 years. My mindset had to grow. I had to identify where I had limiting beliefs about myself. I mean, it's no secret that our thoughts really dictate our words and our actions. And so it's no secret that we'll have to do a little bit of that mindset work as well. But I like this page. Just give it a look over. For now, I want to point out how powerful it is long term for you to already have habits established. So those first 3 weeks, we're establishing habits around nutrition, exercise, and mindset. And then that will continue. We'll build on that. But that's what you'd want to do to get started is not just look at what to eat, but also start establishing workouts every week, putting it in your calendar. I have my moms do 3 workouts a week for 30 minutes. I just help them to do it in their living room. So no weights or anything like that. It doesn't have to be extravagant, but getting it in the schedule, getting the habit going. So and then here, getting results quickly. So this really comes down to motivation. It's unlikely that you're going to stick to something that's working slow. Like you'll be working really hard at something. You'll even be like mentally in it. You're all excited. You're like, okay, it's go time. Let's do this. I'm finally ready. I want to make a change. And then your results are slow and you're like, well, it's not working anyway, so I might as well just go eat pie. Like that becomes the mindset. And so instead, we have to get the results fast to continue on the motivation. My clients typically, every client that I've signed up in the last 2 months has lost 15 pounds in the first 3 weeks. And it's not by highly restrictive calories. It's not by any of that. It's just dialed in step-by-step processes. So how do you gain control? This is what to do. So that first thing I said, we need to gain control of our sugar and all of those things, but what do we need to eat instead of it? And so I have here, here's what whole foods are. Here's what we need to be eating. And then I have a 7-day free meal plan. I give my clients step-by-step guide. I let them choose their path. They can either choose to follow my meal plan for 21 days, or they can choose to build their own plate, and I give them everything they need for that. But just to get started, you can definitely use my 7-day meal plan here, or just Pinterest recipes are really helpful too. Pick ones that are filled with whole foods. And I say whole foods, I will have a caveat to that. I do add meat to my meals, and I do add eggs to my meals. Just so you know. Okay, so plan for consistency. So this goes back up to here. Let me show you at the top. Establishing healthy habits. So we need healthy habits to be successful long term, right? So how do you do that? Well, you do that by planning for consistency. Get in the habit of actually planning your meals. And then the days that you know are rushed, where you'll need something quickly, that at a time when you normally throw in a frozen pizza, have stuff prepared already in advance for that. So I can't, well, I shouldn't say I can't. I typically do not uh, meal prep every single meal on Sunday, but I will prep the meals that I know I'll really need because I won't have time for. Okay, let's see here. So, and you can just figure out for yourself what would be the best days. And so here's the last point I want to talk through is getting motivated. This is actually stuff I've kind of already said, but it will become your new normal, and you will truly have a fit and healthy lifestyle. Because here's what happens is here's kind of the sequence of events. You get started, and then you start seeing results, and that's what motivates you. And along the way, as you establish those healthy habits, they just become part of your routine. They become part of what you do. So this is how, if you really want to just break it down into 3 focus areas: get rid of crap food, plan for consistency, and get motivated to continue. That's truly how I lost the 50 pounds. That's how I started. And then from there, I had a building block of a process. And I will say that's part of what's tough about dieting. It's part of what's tough about other like mainstream diets that don't offer any sort of support, is that you have mental growth to do and make. And it's so much easier, it's so much better to do that when you have a coach, or when you have a community, when you can actually work through some of those mental barriers, the mental blocks that we have. I know at the beginning I mentioned I had a 50-pound weight loss journey. Well, along the way, there were some really tough times. Like, there were some dark moments. I had a lot of insecurity. There were moments like getting out of the shower, I would basically just run to the closet because I didn't want to even catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror. Like, just dark moments. I had one of my recent clients who's doing so much better now. Like, she's already she lost like 7 pounds in the first week. She was going on crazy mode. But she was talking about how she went to put lotion on herself. And as she bent over, she just was hoping her husband didn't see her putting lotion on, because she was so embarrassed about the rolls that came over. And I know, in addition, there were times when I had girls' nights to go out on, and I felt insecure because my clothes were not fitting like they normally did. And of course, my friends didn't care, but I cared, and I was embarrassed. And so just know that I've been there. I've had this journey. I know what it takes some mental fortitude to get through it, to not give up, to just stay consistent. But starting off right and having these 3 things in your arsenal as you start is going to be so helpful. And like I said, every client I've signed up in the last few weeks has lost weight so quickly. But it's funny because they're not even messaging me when we have our one-on-one conversations. They're not even messaging me about the weight. It's all about oh, I'm having a better sex life, or I'm feeling so much better. I had one client who it was clear that the scale was doing more harm than good. It wasn't really being used as a data point, but it was just being used to like put her in a negative space in the morning. And she just sent me a video of herself smashing it. It was amazing. And how empowered she felt, and she's like absolutely crushing it now. So I say all that to say that I get it's a journey, and I want you to start right. I want you to implement all these things, but I also want you to know to be ready. Be ready for the mental hurdles that come, for some of the things that you're going to have to overcome. The people that sign up for Fit Mom, they have to be ready. You have to be in the headspace where you're like, I'm done with how I've been eating. I'm done feeling like this. I don't want to look like. You have to be in this spot where you're like urgent about it and ready, in order to really commit. So here, that's how I would to start your fitness journey. I hope that the PDF is helpful for you, and I'd love to find out more about you and what your journey is like. I actually have what I call a fit plan, a fit game plan call, and it's where for 15 minutes I kind of ask you a couple of questions, and you tell me where you're at and where you want to be, and I can just give you some pointers on for your specific situation and lifestyle and your goals. I'll just give you pointers on where to go from there. I have a Fit Mom. I can't talk. I have a program called the Fit Mom Program, and if you're interested in learning more about that, of course you can use that call to ask me about that as well. But really, it's for what it sounds like. It's a fit game plan so that I can give you some one-on-one advice on where to start for your specific situation. So below this video, you can click a link. It's going to lead you to my calendar, and you just put your phone number in there and you choose a day that's going to work for you. I'll get an email and I'll see the time that you signed up for. I have them on notifications so that I won't miss it. And I'll call you on the time that you scheduled. So if you want to do that, that's there. I'd love to get to know you better. Alrighty, see you later.